Hello lovies, this is Gina from Gina Louise Designs, and I am just heading back from the thrift store. And let's see what goodies I'm gonna flip today. DIY number 1. I found this wooden tray and I thought it would be so fun to turn it into something more rustic and farmhouse to match my home. For this flip, I used my linen white chalk paint from Rust-Oleum. I used some Elmer's wood glue. And I used some of this wax, antique wax I had, paint sticks I got from my local paint store, which the guys are awesome at my paint store, and my miter cutters. Mine don't work so good. And some twine. First, I painted the entire tray with my Rust-Oleum chalk paint. Then I measured the width of my tray so that I could cut my paint sticks down to the same size. After I cut them with my miter shears, I then took my antiquing wax. Well, first I laid them in to see if they fit good. And then I took my antiquing wax and I just put some nice stain on all of them. Then I took twine and I just covered the handle part to give it a nice rustic look. Then I covered my tray with wood glue and I placed my paint sticks that I had already stained in alternating shades. This was such a simple DIY, but I love this tray so much, and here is the final results. DIY number 2. I picked up this bag of candlesticks and this outdated Wall Decor. They were both $4 each with 50% off, and I paid $4 for the entire. I painted everything in chiffon cream. I took E6000 and I glued the candle holders to the bottom of the Wall Decor, and I put weights on it and I let it dry overnight, and I created this beautiful riser. And here are the final results. DIY number 3. I saw this very blingy seashell necklace and I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. First, I took the necklace apart so that I could use the charms. I'll use the rest of it for another DIY later on. I took a bunch of wooden beads, and some of them I painted in the chiffon cream, and some of them I made a mixture of chiffon cream and baking soda to make a textured paint, and the other ones I just used my antique wax and I put that over it. Then I took the textured beads and dry brushed some antique wax on those as well, like I'm doing here. And I just want to create a bunch of different beads in this color palette. When my beads were completely dry, I strung them all on some twine to make a beaded garland. After I was done beading everything, I took the blingy seashells and tied them to the ends of my beaded garland. I then took some more twine and I took some of that Dollar Tree burlappy lace and I added that to it as well. So I wanted to make a really cool farmhouse beaded garland with a coastal vibe with some bling. I just think these came out so amazing, and it would just make such a great gift. So when you're out thrifting, always go over to the costume jewelry and look for some things that have some pretty charms or pieces hanging that you can add to your garland, and you could change them out and give them just a different look. I just do it all the time and I just love it. And this one was one of my favorite ones I ever made. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. It helps my channel grow. Thank you. See how pretty that looks with the tassel and the blingy seashell? Now for the final results. Let me know in the comments below which is your favorite DIY. And now on to DIY number 4. I found this retro tray. It was like a braided wicker, and I painted it with my chalk paint, my Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and then I painted the inside with the Rust-Oleum blackboard paint. I took painter's tape and I edged the outside of it so that when I painted the braided part, I wanted it white, and I wanted to make sure when I used the blackboard paint I didn't get it on the white. And here's where the blackboard paint started to peel off. Has this ever happened to anyone before? I'm not sure why. If you know, please leave it in the comments below. Did I need to prepare the surface differently? I thought I could just peel this off and then put a coat over it, but you could see the difference in the layers of paint. I used my sander. And then I painted over it again. And this is such a cute idea to make one of these and leave it on your coffee table with some chalk on it so your kids could play with it and write on it. And that's what I do with it. And here are the final results. To DIY number 5. I found this metal wall pocket and I thought it would be nice on my front porch. So I took my DIY mint chip paint and I wanted it to be a little more on the greenish side, kind of like the apothecary, but I didn't have it. So I just took it and I mixed it with my homemade yellow chalk paint and some, like, I guess it's like a turquoise acrylic paint. And I just mixed that up and kept adding until it became the color that I liked. Then I just covered it in my new color that I created. After I put 2 coats of chalk paint on it, I took my Bear's wax in white and I just waxed it nicely. And I actually waxed it twice because I wanted it to have like more white in the crevices. Then I just took a rag and I wiped it down nicely. Then I added my favorite flower, pink peonies that I had in my stash, and I took this pretty wall pocket and I hung it on my front porch. And here are the final results. DIY number 6. I don't know if I can even call this a DIY, but it was inspired by the Birch Lane clear metal the metal tray and the glass vases. I just love this. It was on sale for $53. I made one for under $6. I thrifted this beautiful metal scroll tray for 99 cents. I thought it was gorgeous. And then I thrifted these little glass jars for 49 cents each. I put them in the tray. I had a thrifted wreath that I've been using flowers from it for the past few months. And all I did was cut some tulips and some other pink flowers, some lavender, and I just put them in the vases, and I just love this. In the summer I will definitely put some fresh cut flowers in this, and I just absolutely love it. In the comments below, let me know which was your favorite DIY, and consider subscribing to my channel. It helps my channel grow. Thank you. And here are the final results. Thanks for watching.